These are this afternoon's top stories. New law term begins, ZIZ provides coverage, no 2015 elections for Guyana, and soldiers detain Burkina Faso interim leaders. Good afternoon and welcome to ZIZ Mid newscast. Today's Thursday, 17th September 2015. I'm Kala Berridge. In national news, the new law term of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court opened today, September 17th, and many countries marked the occasion with special ceremonies, but the differences in the observance ended at 10 a.m. when they participated in a simulcast which had its hub in Grenada. In Nevis, members of the St. Christopher and Nevis Bar Association gathered at the High Court where their special ceremony was held. The ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation offered live radio coverage. At 10 a.m., we joined the Chief Justice in Grenada for her message on behalf of the OACS Supreme Court. Building a museum at the residence of national hero, the Right Excellent Sir Robert Llewellyn-Bracha, and the National Heroes Park are on the agenda of the Government of National Unity. That is according to Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris. Speaking at the wreath-laying ceremony on National Heroes Day at the Bracha Memorial Park in St. Paul's, Prime Minister Harris said his government wants to commemorate the life and work of the first national hero by using his home to enhance and enrich our heritage.
It is intended that this historic property be placed under the aegis of the St. Christopher National Trust. I am pleased to announce further that His Excellency the Governor General, in his capacity as patron of the National Trust, has established a representative committee of persons to spearhead the establishment of a museum at Premier Bracha's residence to commemorate the life and work of our first national hero.
Prime Minister Harris further announced the government's intent to erect a National Heroes Park.
In further celebration of our national heroes, your government will be designating an area to erect plaques and eventually busts of all of our national heroes. Accordingly, a competition for both citizens locally and in the diaspora will be launched to seek your input in the designation of a National Heroes Park.
Permanent Secretary in the Prime Minister's Office, Osbert de Souza, has been designated the focal point of contact for this project. Meantime, Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris garnered an air of suspense at the wreath-laying ceremony on Wednesday, National Heroes Day, when he said that another name will be added to the list of national heroes for St. Kitts and Nevis. The Prime Minister said that person's name will not be revealed until Independence Day. He said the person had made a significant contribution to the Federation.
On Independence Day, September 19, 2015, I will inform the nation of the name of our newest national hero, whose name will be added to the pantheon of national heroes. National heroes are recognized as persons who made a significant and lasting contribution to our nation's development. The national hero must have enriched the lives of others, and their legacy must stand the test of time.
When announced, that person will bring the number of national heroes to 5, joining the likes of the Right Excellent Sir Robert Llewellyn-Bracha, the Right Excellent Sir Caleb Azariah Paul Southwell, the Right Excellent Sir Joseph Nathaniel France, and the Right Excellent Sir Dr. Simeon Daniel. ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, in maintaining its goal of keeping the public informed and educated, is gearing up to air a special program themed Independence Perspective Covadis 2015 onward, this evening at 8 p.m. The panel discussion type forum gives 4 dynamic young people from St. Kitts and Nevis the opportunity to share their thoughts on where they envision the Federation in the next 5 to 10 years and the path to that goal. The panelists are Kimley Knight, who received the most outstanding results in the May June 2015 CSEC examinations, Roger Williams, Caribbean Junior Minister of Tourism, Kamara Lee, member of the Nevis National Youth Council, and Elroy Williams, youth leader. CARICOM Youth Ambassador for St. Kitts and Nevis, Joy Napier, will moderate. Topics expected to be covered in the 1 hour and 30-minute broadcast include crime and violence, education, culture, tourism, and general policy initiatives that government, private sector, and members of civil society can pursue to empower nationals and enhance economic growth. The panelists have reportedly been preparing for a long time and are excited at the opportunity. According to the panel's coordinator, Sonia Badi, the discussion is that type of passion that officials say is reflected in the 2015 independence theme, United in Building a Stronger Nation. Taking a look at news on the regional scene. There will be no local government elections in Guyana this year, CNTV reports. Instead, elections could be scheduled as early as February 15, 2016. Reports say data was leaked rather than officially released. Here's that story.
The Ghana Elections Commission has not given any definite information on the matter, as 2 commissioners nominated by the opposition People's Progressive Party have not been sworn in. As a result, GECOM's Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield says GECOM has not disclosed the details of the impending polls because the full commission is yet to meet following the National Assembly's passage on the last remaining amendments to the local government elections. On Wednesday of this week, Ghana's National Assembly approved amendments to the Local Government Authorities Act. Following the amendments, GECOM released a statement noting that the preparations and prerequisite conduct of claims and objectives leading to the finalization of the official register of voters would take at least until the end of the year. The amendments now mean that GECOM will extract the names of eligible voters from the National Register of Registrants to compile the voters list for the local government elections. That list will be open for claims and objections for 28 days, which will be followed by 5 days for appeals and objections, 7 days to process them, and the 30 days for fingerprint cross-matching, 7 days after which the final list will be posted. Ghana's local government elections cover 65 neighborhoods, democratic councils, NCDs, and 6 towns.
ZIZ News in the Bahamas reports that the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Delaware dealt Baha Mar Limited a brutal blow on Tuesday when the court threw out Chapter 11 cases for all the Baha Mar companies based in the Bahamas, clearing the path for bankruptcy proceedings in Bahamian courts to progress uninhibited by legal disagreements in another jurisdiction.
Baha Mar's contractor, China Construction America Bahamas, is welcoming the ruling in Delaware. In a statement, company officials say this decision protects the interests of all principal stakeholders and provides greatest certainty to the future of the resort. CCA officials say they remain committed to working with the provisional liquidators, and the team has unique expertise. They understand the project, and they are ready, willing, and able to remobilize to complete the development as soon as possible. PLP Chairman Bradley Roberts welcoming the ruling as a sign of all parties being able to move the matter of completing Baha Mar one step closer, noting the ruling that any insolvency proceedings involving the mega resort should take place in the Bahamas. Roberts says the government asserted from the beginning that it was a matter of national sovereignty and that its objective was the expeditious completion and opening of Baha Mar. The statement went on to say that the action taken by government was intended to protect the 2,500 Bahamians, employees, local contractors, and service providers. Mr. Roberts also blasted the Free National Movement leader and party, saying they were wrong on Baha Mar.
Internationally, Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, is calling for the immediate release of political leaders in the Western African nation of Burkina Faso. The presidential guard has detained the interim president and prime minister, as well as a number of other government officials in the capital. Al Jazeera reports.
Earlier, soldiers reportedly fired warning shots after hundreds of protesters gathered near the building. It's feared that what's happening in Ouagadougou may be a coup staged by the elite regiment just weeks before Burkina Faso holds a general election. Interim President Michel Kafando and Prime Minister Isaac Zida came to power only last year, and that happened after a popular uprising forced the former leader Blaise Compaoré to resign. He'd been president for 27 years. Earlier, we spoke to Mnazina Thabe, a political analyst based in the capital. She said that TV and radio stations had been shut down.
What it seems now is that this situation might be a coup organized by subaltern officers, junior officers, who are trying to make their chief officers join them. And it seems also that the Blaise Compaoré, former party, the CDP, who was in charge of this country for more than 20 years, is somehow taking advantage of the situation and affirming that this situation was not unexpected. So it seems that everyone is trying to take advantage, but we cannot have any clear information because the TV and radio stations have been shut down by the army.
It is said that Japan's upper house panel has given the green light to new legislation allowing the armed forces to conduct warfare abroad for the first time in 70 years.
Thousands of protesters have rallied in Tokyo against government moves to enact legislation that would allow Japanese troops to fight abroad for the first time since World War II. Organisers said demonstrators numbered 45,000. Their message: no war and scrap war legislation.
Taking a look at the weather. Today's temperatures will reach a high of 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are northeast at less than 12 miles per hour today and near calm tonight. Seas are slight with heights less than 3 feet. The proximity of a high-pressure system at the lower levels of the atmosphere will result in continued virtually zero shower activity. Today will remain partly sunny with a 20% chance of showers after midday. Weather tonight is expected to be partly cloudy with a 10% chance of showers. Sunset for today will be at 6:11 p.m. while sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:59 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Mid newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Berridge.